The decade of the 1990s was meant to have been one in which a new international order, free of the bipolar rivalry of earlier days, was to have been established.
We will not avert the clash of civilizations by forcing everyone to think and to believe the same things. France intends to pursue, together with all people of goodwill around the world, this battle to build the new world order of the 21st century.
Well, there have been extraordinary scenes in Berlin tonight as thousands of people gathered to hear Barack Obama deliver key foreign policy speech on his current European tour. The Democratic presidential hopeful laid out his vision for America's place in a new world order, saying he was speaking as a proud citizen of the United States and a fellow citizen of the world. Well, Senator Obama's tackled America's place in the world at several points in his speech, acknowledging recent splits between the US and the rest of the international community.
In Europe, the view that America is part of what has gone wrong in our world, rather than a force to help us make it right, has become all too common. Yes, there have been differences between America and Europe. No doubt there will be differences in the future. But the burdens of global citizenship continue to bind us together. A change of leadership in Washington will not lift this burden. In this new century, Americans and Europeans alike will be required to do more, not less. Partnership and cooperation among nations is not a choice. It is the only way, the one way, to protect our common security and advance our common humanity.
But if you had to say, this is going to be the country or the conflict or the place that will define the Obama administration, what would it be?
He can give a new impetus to American foreign policy, partly because the reception of him is so extraordinary around the world. I think his task will be to develop an overall strategy for America in this period when really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis.
The elites worldwide don't trust the American people and are determined to force us to obey global rules. They know that Obama is on board with this program. And the elites in our own country are confident that Obama will help them promote a post-national global identity. Look, the only people who will really suffer under this worldview are the plain old ordinary Americans who cherish our country's sovereignty and independence. They will see their standard of living decline relative to the rest of the world under this whole regime.
Now, urging a new dawn in collaborative action between Europe and America, Gordon Brown has called on the United States to lead efforts to reform the world's major institutions, from the United Nations to the World Bank. In a keynote speech at the Kennedy Library in Boston, Mr. Brown made a direct appeal to the next occupant of the White House to take up the cause, talking of the terrifying risks of failing to seize the opportunity for change.
American leadership is and will be indispensable. And now is the opportunity for a historic effort in cooperation, a new dawn in collaborative action between America and Europe, a new commitment from Europe that I believe all European leaders can and will make to work with America to forge the strongest transatlantic links in the interests of global prosperity. And I sense the greatest common ground between our two great continents in the urgent need for renewal and reform.
Gordon Brown spoke yesterday to all three presidential contenders about his plans for reform of the World Bank and the United Nations. He believes there must now be reform of global institutions on a scale not seen since the end of World War II.
History is not destiny. It is the sum total of the choices of each generation. It is a record of the vision or lack of it of those who imagine and can see a better future and believe that they can touch the stars. And here, for the first time, perhaps in human history, we have the opportunity to come together around a global covenant. to frame an international architecture and build a truly global society.
Creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
Feel like going for a little ride? I'd like to show you something.
Hey guys, what you doing? We're chipping in for this gas-powered generator. We're gonna need it when it comes time for the New World Order.
Well, that sounds great. Excuse me just a second.
How do you feel about recruiting?
Recruiting for what?
An organization for a new world order.
We believe that the confusion in the white man's governments of the world, jockeying for new world order and economic battles that are going on, the dollar, the euro, that's beautiful. The dollar, the euro, and here with the Sexgate scandal. The white man's world, we feel, is coming to a close.
So from where then? Don't keep it a secret.
I'm probably supposed to keep it a secret.
Ah, well then. Let's talk about something else now.
I can only tell you because you are my team. I knew you'd laugh, but I want it understood. Any information you pick up from me must never be talked about.
No problem.
Not interested anyway.
I'm not saying another thing. Get on with it. Where did you get this combat fatigue?
You name it. Any portion of the globe. Wherever the action was, I bet you'd find me there. I know. I didn't used to believe it until it all started coming back to me. Just pieces, little flashes of memory. Luther Hobdyke, Ace Hobdyke, on Her Majesty's secret business.
You were here all the time delivering milk.
I've worked that bit out. Every time I was away on a dangerous mission, the Secret Service had someone deliver the milk for me.
The Secret Service?
Under one of its many disguises. Do you know what I think? I think the really secret, all-powerful, mysterious organization was Primrose Dairies. You can laugh. I'm beginning to believe I was a hitman for Primrose Dairies.
That's a lot of things people feel are organized behind the scenes with the Bilderbergers, the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Masons. You can keep going down the list, and the Illuminati, One World Government, New World Order, Skull and Bones.
Jim Corr from the Chorus. Hello to you, Jim.
Thank you very, very much for having me on to talk about this issue. Of course, I'm aware that I'm not a politician, but I'm a concerned citizen in relation to this Lisbon Treaty.
Yeah, indeed. I was just going to ask you, before we find out whether you're yes or no, why is it that you actually are interested and have gone to the effort of actually ploughing through this treaty?
Because I've been studying. 3 years ago when I came off the road, I tanned my hands and I started to study a particular thing called, what they call the New World Order. And I've done extensive study and research into this, in this particular thing, and of which the European Union is a part of. And I feel now it's the time for me to convey the information that I have uncovered, which, by the way, millions upon millions of people have been uncovering as well.
When you say New World Order and the part of the European Union and that, what do you mean?
Well, this is what it is. The European Union is a stepping stone towards world government, a one world government. The whole idea is that they're going to merge the European Union with the Asian Pacific Union, with the African Union, and with the North American Union. Now, many people mightn't have heard about the North American Union, but it's been done in stealth under the Security and Prosperity Partnership, and it's been talked at length on CNN by Lou Dobbs in particular, and also the ex-president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, talked about this. What they're doing is merging Mexico with Canada and with North America. They're going to bring in a new currency called the Amero. Eventually what will happen is that will merge with the Europe, African Union, the Asian Pacific Union, for centralized control, global governance, to form one world government.
Why?
Control freaks, basically. The elite within our society are just the total control freaks. They want centralized control over everything.